Now come the Ides of March. Well, nothing so foreboding, but it is March, and that means it's time for another annual. It's a good month for it. This time of the year, the weather around here is rather unsettled, breezy, and a little turbulent, so March is a good month for it. Just getting ready to start pulling panels off of this thing. Anybody who's worked on a Mooney knows that means a lot of screws. In fact, there's an old joke that Al Mooney was actually in the screw business, and he designed an airplane to provide a consistent customer. I'm fortunate, at least, insofar as I think I have the first model year 1968 that they started putting Zeus fasteners on the cheek panels and the cowl. Otherwise, those would all be screws too. Wings, belly, belly. One for sheet metal screws, one for machine screws. Spinner, fuselage and empennage, cowl and avionics, and a variety of others. Always miss one. Don't know how well this is going to show up. Already removed about 4,335 screws. Only 10,000 to go. Oh, this one's marked red. The head is stripped, so it's going to get replaced when I put the panel back on. And no, I don't use the drill to put the screws back in. It's just a big time saver getting them out. I don't think there's going to be a market for these airplanes for much longer. Young people don't want to fly anymore. Video games are more fun, I guess. I don't know. I haven't played any video games, so I don't know. I'd rather fly a real airplane than a fake one. Let's see, which panel do I need to get off here? Fascinating as it is, I didn't bother filming removing any of these screws. Because the mechanic was here and it would have been too embarrassing. To learn more, call 1.com. Largest mortgage household in the U.S. carries over 8,000 euros. A national emergency. On Wednesday night. Whatever you do, don't take these screws out. That'll ruin that expensive resealing of the fuel tank I had done in Wilmer, Minnesota a few years ago. Last panel, and I am out from under the airplane. Okay, just a few more panels left. So because of the tedium of pulling all these screws out and the quietude out here and everything else, I can't help but reminisce a little bit and kind of wonder about the future of aviation. I don't know, but I suspect I could very well be the last owner of this aircraft. It may end up as nothing more than parts. Currently its value is not much more than the cost of a good used car. And there seems to be absolutely no interest in flying among young people anymore. In fact, most of the guys in this hangar complex are quite a bit older than I am, and all are concerned about whether they're going to be able to sell their airplanes, their hangars, and so on, etc., so on and so forth. I'm not worrying about it too much at this point, but I may get to that point. and wonder if it wouldn't be better to get out of aviation altogether sooner rather than later, just to recoup some of the expense of the aircraft, hangar, so on and so forth. I don't have any children of my own. I do have a niece and nephew, however, and among my family and friends, niece and nephew included, no one has ever had an interest whatsoever in even seeing this airplane, let alone going for a ride in it. Now, that may be a commentary on their estimation of my ability, I don't know, but I've been flying for 36 years, have many, many, many thousands of hours of flight experience. Depending on the class of airplane, I'm an ATP or commercial pilot, CFII, MEI, multiple type ratings, and I've never scratched an airplane, so I know a little bit about it. So I think it speaks mainly to the lack of novelty in flight anymore, the lack of interest in it. I don't know. I'm just rambling. Last panel, yay! And nuts, I missed it. So all the panels are off, did the compression check and all the other stuff he needed to do under the cowl today. I dropped the oil. I've been out here 6 hours. I'm going to wait till tomorrow or some other time to pull the filter off and all that nonsense. Go up on jacks tomorrow, swing the gear and everything else that needs to be done. Might have this out of annual by the end of the week, first part of next week for sure. You'd get a little flying in again. And nobody gives a damn. I'm just some old dumbass with an old airplane.